What's up, gamer? My name's Waluko, and today I'm going to show you why you need a loot filter to play Path of Exile 2, and how to get one whether you're playing on PC or on console. Loot filters serve two purposes. The first is to hide items on the ground that are pretty much guaranteed to be useless. Monsters in Path of Exile 2 drop lots of items, and 99.97% of them are not going to be worth your time. So rather than let those worthless items take up space on your screen, a loot filter will automatically hide them no matter how many there are. The other purpose is to highlight items that are particularly valuable. Even if most of the useless items are hidden, it can still be annoying to try and spot divine orbs or precursor tablets among the items that are still showing. Loot filters are incredibly useful, and they're something everyone should use if they're planning on doing anything more than just a run through the campaign in this game. There are 3 ways to get yourself a filter, and we're going to quickly go through each one. The first method is the simplest, and it works for players both on PC and on console. First, go to the official Path of Exile 1 website. At some point in the future, there will probably be a way to do this through the PoE2 website, but for now this is how we have to do it. Sign in with whatever account you use to play Path of Exile 2, go to your account page, click on the Item Filters button in the bottom of the section on the right side, click the link in this text that says Item Filter Ladder, then look for this drop-down menu called Game Type. Click on that and select PoE2. This table should now be showing a list of item filters made by other Path of Exile 2 players that they've published for other people to use. To make sure you're looking at the right thing, you can check this game version column in the middle and see if it says PoE2 followed by whatever the current patch number is. Usually the top several entries consist of varying levels of strictness from another player named Neversink. He's been making loot filters basically forever, and his are usually pretty good for starter loot filters. To use one of these, simply click on the name and click on the big green follow button on the top right of the next page. To start, I recommend following at least the regular, semi-strict, and strict filters from Neversink so you can swap between them without coming back here as your needs change. After following the filters you want to use, you log into the game, go to the options menu, the game section, then look for the item filter option. When you click on this dropdown, you should see the filters that you followed on the website. Select the one that you want, and you should see this message confirming that everything has loaded correctly. From there, you're good to go. The second method also works for both PC and console players, but it involves using a third-party website called Filterblade.xyz. This is a website developed and maintained by that same Neversink person who made the filters I recommended in the first method. The filters on here are pretty similar to the ones on the other site, but there are 2 major differences. First, the ones on the Path of Exile website update automatically every few hours based on the current status of the PoE2 economy. Things that change in price will become more or less flashy when they drop with those filters based on how their prices change. The other difference that makes this website worth using over the official PoE website is the fact that you can use the default loot filters as a base, then customize them using the website's UI to show only what you would like to see in the way you would like to see it. When you first go to this website, you may see this dialog box asking which game you're looking for. If you see it, click PoE2. If you don't see it, you can look for this box up here that shows what game you're currently looking at. If it says PoE1, just click the dropdown and select PoE2. Once you're in the correct section, sign in with your Path of Exile account. From here, you can pick which strictness level you want to start from, then if you want to change anything, click Customize. There's like a billion different options for things in there, and I'm not very good at messing with them, so I'm not going to explain them, but feel free to play around in there yourself if you want. When you're done, click Export to PoE, give the filter a name. You can choose if you want to make it public. If you do, other players will be able to see that filter on your PoE profile. If not, they won't. Click Sync or Download, then click Save and Sync. After that, log into the game, go to the Options menu, the Game section, and Item Filter option. Click the drop down and the filter you just created should be in that list. Select it, look for the message confirming that everything loaded successfully, and from there you should be good to go. The third and final method only works for players on PC. The first step to this method is to get an item filter file, usually ending in .filter. If you don't have one, you can make one using that Filterblade website that we used in the second method. You make the filter in the same way you did there, but instead of syncing the filter to your PoE account, you just download the filter file to your computer. The main appeal of this method is that you don't have to sign into a third-party website with your PoE account to get a loot filter, since there are no operations going on that require access to your account. I've never heard of anyone having security issues due to signing into this website with their PoE accounts, and it's been around for a long time. But I do understand how it can be kind of uncomfortable to trust that. That said, the main drawback to this method is that you will have to manually update your item filter occasionally, usually around league starts, to make sure your filter still works with the current version of the game. Anyways, whether you're signed in or not, you choose the strictness and customize the filter however you want, same as before. Click on Export to PoE. If you're signed in, you'll still see the name box and all the other options. If you're not signed in, it'll look like this instead. Just click on the Continue Without Saving button to skip the login process. Then the window should look similar whether you're signed in or not. Instead of clicking the sync button, you click the download button instead. This will send the file to wherever your downloads usually go. Open your downloads folder by clicking this little button if you're using Chrome, or just go there using the File Explorer. Next, open another File Explorer window, go to your Documents folder, find My Games, go to Path of Exile 2, and drag the .filter file from your Downloads folder to this folder. Next, log into the game, go to the Options menu, Game section, and then Item Filter option. Click the drop down and you should see the filter you just downloaded and moved. Click it, make sure it loads successfully, and you should be good to go from there. So those are the 3 main ways to get a loot filter in Path of Exile 2. I can't stress enough how useful they are and how much better they make the game feel. But yeah, that's the whole guide. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you found this guide helpful, then make sure to like and subscribe for more like it. Lastly, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.